Let's talk about X-ray in this particular video. I know we're talking about cervical spondylosis, lumbar spondylosis in the short and also in the long form videos. But now let's talk about why you need to go for an X-ray so that you're sure of what you're dealing with. Now I'm sure you're wondering why physiotherapists or any educational authorities to go for any investigation before they can manage you. It's because we need to know what we're dealing with, to know what to address, where to address, or what exactly is the problem. Now, for physiotherapy, when you come to the hospital and say you have low back pain, or you have back pain, or you have neck pain, the first thing we want to do is to tell you to go for an X-ray to know whether you're dealing with um alignment with spine, or whether you're dealing with lumbar spondylosis, or radiculopathy, or anything like that. We need those facts to be able to tell you what to do. And for this particular video, I'll be running you through what we see when we check the X-rays. Now, you are wondering why you need to know particular things because it's to help you know what we see and also educate you just in case you have your own X-rays at home, educate you to know what to do. Now, this does not mean you're a physiotherapist, definitely. It just helps you to know that you can know something yourself personally at home and help yourself better also. So you know that we're not just trying to make you spend money. I'll run you through some particular X-rays, so I'll explain some things to you, don't read it together and tell me what you think about this. For the sake of this video, I'll be running you through how to read an X-ray so you can know what the physiotherapist or a doctor saw when you check your X-ray and what you can do about it, and also how to help you to know what they are saying. So now, first of all, there are two things you should know about X-rays for the sake of this video. First of all, the alignment of the vertebrae. How aligned is it? Is it straight? Is it bent? Let's know how it looks like. Number two, the intervertebral spaces, are they still intact or there's a reduction or the vertebrae are touching each other? You need to know that second factor so we can know what we're dealing with, spondylosis or whatever the condition might be. Now, how does the back look like? The back is supposed to be straight when you're looking at the person from the back. The person is standing sideways. The back is supposed to be curved. You see that it starts from the neck. The neck is meant to be a lordosis curve, inward curve. Then the kyphosis is the shoulder region a little bit. Then the lumbar part down again. So that way, the back is not supposed to be straight. But in some cases, when you see an X-ray, you see that the person has lost lordosis or kyphosis, and that means the person already has everything is just straight, which is not so. So your X-rays can also help you to tell what is wrong and what is right, so you can also address the pain points for the particular person. And sometimes that might not be presenting a particular pain, but because you know that this thing is an issue, you have to also address it for the patient, part of management, and for the goal also when you talk with the person and also how to help the person. Now let me show you an example of what a normal vertebrae looks like. Now this picture, you can see that this one is normal. This is the way the back is supposed to look like. This is the way the spine is supposed to look like. Now we can see this particular one, there is reduced joint spaces there. There's normal spondylosis in particular one. So that's how you know the difference between a reduced one, a normal one, and an abnormal one. Now let's now go to the X-ray that I'll be showing you. I'm running you through three different X-rays for the back and two for the neck. Now this first one for the neck, for the back, you can see place where it's circled that there is reduced joint space. So you can hardly find the space in between that particular joint. Now check the previous part. You can see that the upper part, you can see that you can find spaces between those parts. Now for the one I'm referring to, L4, you can see there's really no space there. That means there's an issue with that particular part, and the person might be having pain already. And if not, by the same symptoms with lower limbs already, radiculopathy, it's possible. If you check the person back properly, the person might be having pain. And if it's not having pain, then you also help a person to know that this thing might come up later in the future. Now, the second X-ray, so looking at it also, you can see that the person also has the same issue also, where there is also reduced joint space in that particular part also, which means the person might also be having pain, just like I mentioned in the first one. Now, before I forget, for the first person, if you check properly, you see that the spine, first of all, is not aligned. You can see that the spine is not aligned. I'm showing you the video, the picture again. The spine is not aligned. This person also has pain in the upper part. That means that the person will need a lumbar corset to help the person to align it properly. A period of time to avoid surgery in the long run, to avoid any fall that can now cause a breakage to the spine. Now that's for the second one also. Now for the third one, which is a bit different, slightly, you can see that the left part of the vertebrae, left part of that vertebrae, it looks more compressed compared to the right side where you can still see some spaces there. Now you might, for that person has pain at that particular part, but you can see that the pain at that particular part, the left part might have radiating symptoms to lower limbs compared to the right part, because some patients actually come down with symptoms going down to a particular part, numbness on particular part of the legs without the other part. It's possible. So know which one you're dealing with for a patient and how to also help the patient in the long run to avoid coming to the other side. It's all about the management that you need to care for about your patient. Now that we've discussed this particular thing for these three lumbar x-ray. Now check if you have your own x-ray at home and check the things you can see so that you can know what the person, what your diagnosis of, just in case you don't understand, and also how to help yourself. Now we also need help with understanding these particular things better. You can also reach out to me on Instagram at the Everyday Physiotherapist, so can run you through what you may be dealing with and what you might be coming, what you might be dealing with and what you might have on the long run if possible. For the cervical, you can see the normal cervical picture here, where it seems like the spaces between the cervical region are well aligned and they are normal. I can see for this particular part, there's reduced joint spaces in this particular one, which can also cause pain on the long run. In some people, when you palpate the back, press back, there's no pain there. It's asymptomatic symptoms. But for some other people, there's no pain. I'll show you two of these two pictures, two x-rays I mean of this. Now, the first one shows that you look at that particular circle, it might look very inconsequential because the person does not actually have pain yet. But if the person keeps walking, the tendency for the first person to come down with pain. I mentioned a particular video of someone that he actually he has been walking, but he doesn't feel pain. But we had to give him a modality that will also actually help to distract the neck so that there's no pressure coming down on the cervical region. Now, for someone that doesn't have any symptoms, physical symptoms, it's better for the person to know what to watch out for, which is what we do for the particular patient. Now, the space between that the vertebrae dimension, the circle, is reduced compared to the other one. You can check it, but we can see that there's a reduction in that particular part, which is a possibility that person might come down with this particular cervical spondylosis in the future. Now, the second one already has, look at the circle though, so this is the second x-ray. There's already an abnormality there. Look at that you can see that the place is already compressed. The person is already having pain in the neck, and then and then also, if not careful, she's just 20 years, which is not careful, she will have radiating symptoms to her hands, which is what we don't want for her. I hope I didn't rush this particular video. I hope you understood what I was referring to. And you know that you can also read your x-ray and know what is right or wrong when someone shows you that particular condition. You can ask and know that what I'm dealing with in my back or in anybody's back. But that doesn't mean physiotherapist. You also have to get an expert intervention before you just declare or know that someone is actually has particular condition. And that will be all to the video. But before we wrap it up, what should you do? Now that you're done with this particular video, what should you do as a person to relieve yourself of this particular pressure? Number one, avoid sitting down for too long, like I mentioned in previous videos. Avoid anything that puts pressure on your neck, on your back, sitting too long, carrying heavy objects on your head. Avoid these particular things. And after a day's work or a long day, stretch and, like I taught you in a particular video, stretch your back, stand up, stretch, and ensure that you're fine. And also, if you still have any other complaint or anything that you'd like to ask me, you can also still reach out to me in the comment section below or personally on my Instagram page at the Everyday Physiotherapist. I'm here to answer your questions. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share with your friends. And that will be all for today. See you. Bye.